Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's Meta994 here, back with another video today. As you can see, the backdrop is up, base is set, which means it's time for another review. Now, quick announcement before we get into today's review. The reason why I'm speaking so lowly is because I'm not actually filming in my room right now. I'm actually filming in a different location, but I just brought down my set, so I have to lower my voice down a bit. It is late at night, so I do apologize for not using the full increase in my voice. I do apologize. Another announcement I like to make before we get onto the review is that my summer vacation is over and I'm now a college student, which means that unfortunately I'm going to be unable to make videos as often as I was. As you remember, my last 3 videos I made weekly because that was the theme I was going for. I was going to record a video one week and then upload it after the previous one was uploaded. So weekly basically was the pattern I'm going through. And now unfortunately that pattern is going to have to break because I'm a college student and I have to deal with my classes and all that. And I won't be able to record that much footage because my younger brother, he's currently residing in my room. We're still having to do school at the house, and that does kind of suck, especially for me because I'm actually sick of that. But that aside, let's take a look at another review. It's been a while since I've done a Transformers review. I believe the last, well, actually not really, it wasn't really that much of a while ago, but the last Transformer I had to look at was my Earthrise Leader Class Optimus Prime. Today we're going to have a bit of a throwback. So today we're going to be looking at this. We're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Generations Titans Returns Deluxe Class Hot Rod. So before we get on to Hot Rod, as usual, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. So right off the top here you see Hot Rod about to connect with his body. His headmaster is transformed. Right here we got Autobot Fire Drive and Hot Rod, and we got a nice picture right there. We have Titans Returns, we have Deluxe Class in multiple languages, Clase Deluxo, Clase de Lujo, and Clase Deluxo. Hasbro logo right there. On the side we have the classic red Transformers logo from back in the day. We have the red Generations logo. On this side of the box we have the same image of Hot Rod about to transform. On the bottom, boring things that will probably put you to sleep. Nothing on this side of the box. On the back of the box you have your obligatory product shot, does this, that, the other. And we have some other Transformers right here. We have Headmaster Pietro. We have Autobot Breakaway, a clear recolor of Autobot Chrome Dome from Titans Returns. We have Optimus Prime, Voyager Class, Optimus Prime, and Leader Class 6-Shot, who I'm still trying to get my hands on. I'm trying to look for a decent 6-Shot that, well, he may be used, but at least comes with the box. So, and right there we have a brief bio. Right there we got a brief bio for Hot Rod. If you'd like to read it, then pause the screen. There you go, and that's basically it for the box. Also included with Hot Rod is the collector's card, as you can see right here, with the same piece of artwork as on the box. And it's been a while since I got one of these collector's cards because I believe my last Titans Returns figure was Galvatron. That's the last figure I reviewed. So right here we got the, once again, the nice artwork, Autobot Hot Rod Titans Returns. On the back we got the tech specs for Fire Drive and Hot Rod. And just for comparison, because this card actually does have some minor differences, here is, I actually dropped something on the side, I apologize. Here is Galvatron's collector's card with the artwork of his and his tech specs. So there you have Galvatron and Nucleon, who I nearly confused for Megatronus, because when I was dusting on my fingers I was sure the headmaster was called Megatronus. Now, minor differences that they did was, as you can see, it's the icons. So on Hot Rods they changed the robot flexing to just an arm. They made it a minor difference with the speed. They changed the brain into a pair of gears, and they made the missile much more smaller. So minor difference I thought would be interesting to point out. So that's basically it for the collector's card. So let's set those aside. And now, as YouTuber Optimus would say, let's get Hot Rod out here and see how cool he actually is. So here we go. And moving right along, here we have Deluxe Class Hot Rod. And let me tell you guys, I've been wanting a Hot Rod in my collection for a long time. I've been looking for a decent price Hot Rod, and at first I was gonna get the Universe version of Hot Rod. Here's a picture of that Hot Rod, the 2-pack with Cyclonus and what's it called, Classics Hot Rod. I'm pretty sure it was either he was either called Universe Hot Rod or Classics Hot Rod, but he would look pretty cool. He looked like a modern take on the toy. But as soon as I saw this guy and how he looked so reminiscent to how he looked in Transformers the movie from 1986, I'm just like, okay, I changed my mind. I gotta get this one. This looks way more G1 than the Universe one, and I love it. So let's get in close here. So as we can see, we got classic Hot Rod flames right there. We have the signature Hot Rod engine block, Autobot logo right there on the center of the hood. We have the nice bright orange headlights. My lighting's kind of making it look yellowish, but trust me, it's orange. Nice blue cockpit, just like in the movie. Nice yellow wing, Hot Rod signature wing in the back. We got the smokestacks, the tailpipes, Hot Rod signature tailpipes, black wheels, which I won't be modifying because these wheels are unique. I have like a unique rim design, so I won't be changing that with my silver marker. On the front here, we do have some modernizations. We do have a grill right here in the front, and we have these two silver bits, which I'm assuming are supposed to be blinkers. And on the other side, same details. On the back, we got these two exhaust pipes right here. We have the holes at the ends right there, and we have a miniature exhaust pipe. Also, if you guys are hearing, like I said at the beginning of the review, I'm filming at a different location, so if you're hearing background noise, just ignore it. Nothing I can do about it. So he does roll pretty good, which is nice. And there you go. Now for comparison, here he is with, let's compare him with something more recent. My most recent Transformers review. Here he is with Earthrise Leader Class Optimus Prime without the trailer. Just you can see how they look together. From the looks of it, Hot Rod is slightly shorter than Optimus. So there you have that. Let's bring in something a little bigger. Here he is with Combiner Wars Onslaught, which will become the torso for Combiner Wars Bruticus. I will be reviewing this guy eventually, I just don't know when. So as you can see, Onslaught, the leader of the Combaticons, is quite bigger than Hot Rod, probably because he's a Voyager class figure. So there's Onslaught. And what else have we got here? Here he is with, let's compare him with something that flies. So here he is with Combiner Wars Silverbolt. Let's go ahead and back up the camera. Here he is with Silverbolt, who I'm also going to review eventually. The leader of the aerial bots. Let's see how he compares with Hot Rod. And with his weapon attached, his cannon, he's much bigger. But if you were to take that away, then still way bigger by the nose of the Jet. So there you have that. What else we got? Alright, here he is with my previous Titans Returns figure. Here he is with Galvatron in his laser cannon mode. I won't be transforming him into Jet mode, mainly because like I forgot how to transform into Jet mode. Since it's been a while, I didn't get a chance to practice before the review. So, and again, it's late at night. So, as you can see, Galvatron is quite bigger from the barrel all the way to the end. So there's Galvatron in his cannon mode. What else we got here? Let's compare him to something much more smaller. Here he is with Deluxe class. Oh my, Wreckage, there we go. Deluxe class Transformers 2007's movie Wreckage. So you can see how they look together from a figure from 2007. As you can see, Hot Rod is much bigger than Wreckage. Decepticon Wreckage. And last but not least, one of my favorite Optimus Primes, and not to mention the video that has over 400 views, which is crazy. Here he is with the legendary, the one, the only Power Master Optimus Prime, because he's amazing. So you can see how they look together. As you can see, Optimus Prime, Power Master Optimus is way bigger than little Hot Rod, especially since he's not Rodimus right now. So quite the size difference there. Leader class to a deluxe figure. So there you go. Now let us move on to his accessories. He does come with his 2 weapons. He does come with these 2 guns right here, cast in a, to my eyes they kind of look like a silverish gray plastic, even though they're probably just like a dark shade of gray. If you guys know, then let me know in my next video, because I'm gonna have to mark this video for kids, because you already know why. So as you can see, they're both identical. They look really cool. They have the gap for the headmaster to transform. As you can see, what you can do with the guns is, as you can see, there are 2 ports on either side, on the other sides of hot rod. So what you're going to do is you're going to plug them. If you want to arm up hot rod in vehicle mode, what you can do is you can plug them in onto the sides right there. Have them be able to shoot down some Decepticons in vehicle mode. You can totally do that. Or what you can do is you can plug them in the other way, mainly because if you do it the other way, let me demonstrate. The tab right here will cause hot rod to rise up, and that doesn't work, so he's no good. Don't try that. So the next thing you can do is hot rod's guns can fuse together, combine together to form a super weapon. So what you gotta do is you have to line up this square tab with this square slot, and you gotta line up this tab with that slot, and you gotta line up that other square tab with that slot, and push together, and you got a as if it doesn't catch my glove, you get a sick looking double barrel blaster cannon right there. And you can totally G1 hot rod. Why I say that, because if you have G1 hot rod, he comes with, I believe, a target master, which you can put on his engine block. This is reminiscent of that. So what you can do is, as you see on the engine block, there are 2 slots, and that's where these come in. So what you gotta do is you gotta plug them in. You can plug them into the front of the car, and you can totally replicate G1 hot rod, and I think that's really cool. Another thing you can do is you can also flip the guns upside down, plug them in the side right there, have a double barrel cannon comes up, even though it looks kind of stupid, but whatever. You make it look cool. Make it look cool. I like it. It's really cool. Now, of course, the final accessory that Hot Rod comes with is his headmaster, or known in the modern era as the Titan Master. Here he is, fire drive, and as you can see, he is a dark gray with no color, unlike I was about to say Megatronus again. Unlike Nucleon, Galvatron's headmaster, and Power Master Prime's headmaster. So as you can see, if I can get the camera to focus, there is a lot of nice molding detail. As you can see, he has a visor, nice looking armor. As you can see, he's pretty much gray, except for the robot face on the back. And for comparison, here he is with Megatron. I was about to say Megatronus again. Nucleon, aka G1 Megatron. I don't know how many times I have to establish that, because you can clearly see that is G1 Megatron. Also, I did give his legs and his fists a black wash, and I think that just like makes the detail pop out more. So here's a difference between the two. As you can see, Galvatron's headmaster is a slightly lighter shade of gray, while Hot Rod's is more gunmetal gray, and obviously the main difference is the upside down faces. So there is Galvatron's headmaster, and of course we have Apex, aka High Q, aka Power Master Prime's headmaster. So you can see the difference is I gave his legs a black wash as well to make the details pop. As you can see, Apex has color. His body and arms are red, and of course the difference being the upside down faces. Also, have you guys noticed a little theme? I just happen to have 3 different figures. Now that I got Hot Rod, apologize for the background noise, guys, there's nothing I can do. I have a Deluxe class, Voyager, and Leader, all 3 classes. I'm just missing Legends, and I'll be able to complete the full circle, so that's cool when plans come together. So let's set the headmasters aside. Now what you can do with Mr. Fire Drive here is you can get him into his sitting position, sit him inside the guns, and totally, even more so G1, replicate the G1 toy by having his headmaster sit in the guns as it's in the engine block. So let me go ahead and plug him in. You have to raise his arms up, tap his legs into the bottom of the gun, as you can see right there. next you gotta do is you gotta plug it on. Like so. Then you can totally have fire drive manning the cannon, blasting some Decepticons down, shooting some Decepticon creeps. The main thing you can do right here is, as you can see on the back of Hot Rod, there are some headmaster ports right here, and as you can see there are ports like every other headmaster on the bottom of the feed, so you can put fire drive on the back right there. And then if you're doing like stop motions or something, you totally, for some reason, fire drive doesn't like sticking onto these headmaster ports for some reason, even though I got them to stick. Oh, there we go, got it. If you can like tie some string, you can totally have fire drive just like taking this giant cannon and just like shooting at the Decepticon creeps, which I think would look quite hilarious. But as I said, what you're really supposed to do is you can open up the cockpit, you can open up the door, windshield. Then what you can do with fire drive is if you raise his arms, I'm surprised I'm able to do this with gloves, because usually that's pretty much impossible. And then you can sit fire drive inside of Hot Rod, and you can drive inside while Hot Rod burns some rubber and possibly some Decepticon faces. So you can just sit them in there, close that up, and you can drive around and burn some rubber with cup. You can totally replicate what happened in 86 movie, but that's pretty much all the features here in vehicle mode. So let's get down to transformation. Shall we? Let's do this. Transformation time. So what we gotta do first, we gotta set fire drive to the side. We'll keep the guns actually together for now. So where we're gonna start? So where we're gonna start is we're going to go to the back of the car. You're going to stick your finger to the middle, pull this up. That will free up the wing, which is tabbed in through the strut right there. 2 tabs. Lift that section up like that. You're already halfway there. Now what you gotta do is you have to take Hot Rod's arm and legs here, split it. These 3 pegs right here will tab in, will slot inside of these 3 holes in the back of these pipes right here. Do the same on the other side. Split. Alrighty. Now what you gotta do is you have to lower the legs like so, just to like get them loose, like that. Now the next thing you gotta do is you gotta grab the legs from right here, or what will become the legs, fold them forward. Now you got the shins. Then next thing you gotta do is you have to fold down Hot Rod's feet like that. Split his now legs apart and fold the wheel and the pipes on the back of his legs to fill that in. And there you go. There you got Hot Rod's legs all done. Now let's move up. Let's go ahead and move up the camera. And let's continue. So now the next thing you're going to do is you're going to grab where the headlight is, pull it down. So what you're going to do is you're going to untab this section right here. There's a tab and a slot. You just pull it down and that should untab that. Do the same on the other side. Pull it down, untab. And there you go. Now what you're going to do is you're going to rotate Hot Rod's waist 360 degrees, or 180 rather. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take what was the grill section of the car, fold it in. Then you're going to take what will become the chest, fold it down. And as you see, there are 2 slots right there, and there are 2 tabs in Hot Rod's chest, and they will tab in like that, making it nice and secure. And as you have, and you now reveal Hot Rod's abdomen. And then the next step you gotta do is you have to rotate Hot Rod's wing. And as you can see, these 2 slots right here will fit into these two clips will fit into the slot right there. So what you gotta do is you have to pull it forward until it slots in, like so. And that way it's secured in place. And there you go. Now the next step you gotta do is you have to bend Hot Rod's arm like so. That will untab it. Then what you gotta do is you have to fold out the fist like that, and there you got 1 arm all done. Second post, same as the first. The left arm is really secure on mine. Probably won't be on yours if you decide to buy this figure, but my left arm is really tight and secure, so I have to like twist it slightly before I untap it. And there you go. There you have Hot Rod's body all done. Of course, he is missing his head. Let us bring in fire drive. Transform! Fold him in half. As you can see, there is Hot Rod's head. And now what we gotta do is we have to slap it in. We go ahead and insert fire drive. plug them in. And there we go. There you have Transformers Titans Returns Deluxe Class Hot Rod in his robot mode. I like it. I like his robot mode. It is really cool. Very G1-esque. I love it. It's really good. Really cool. Now, what you can do with Hot Rod is you can totally give him, if you like plug in his blaster this way, you totally can give him a double barrel cannon. You totally can do that. But what I prefer to do is to give him his two Cybertronian rifles. So we're gonna go ahead and split his guns apart, like so. I'm trying to be careful not to break him also. Put this gun in the left, so that way the gap's in the inside. Put the other gun on the right. And there you go. Hot Rod's all armed up, ready to blast some Decepticons, ready to bring down Galvatron and become the next Prime. That's right. And there you go. I really like him. Hot Rod is really, really cool in this mode. Now, articulation wise, Hot Rod, because oh wait, I never went through the Headmaster's articulation. I'm so stupid. Hold on, wait. Hot Rod, let me go ahead and plug your head. I forgot to go through the Headmaster's articulation. So as you can see, the legs can move backwards that far. They swing forward all the way. Fire Drive's legs can bend backwards. They can also bend forward due to transformation. His head is on a ball joint, so he can move all the way. His arms can move only that far due to a stopping point in Hot Rod's head. There we go. How could I forget that? That makes me stupid. Right then, let's go ahead and transform him back on his head. So, due to the Headmaster articulation, Hot Rod also has 360 degrees of rotation. However, it is hindered due to these two stopping points right there. Hot Rod has a double jointed arm, so he can move his arm that far. He can also move it that far, although he does have big shoulders and tends to bang his head. His arms have a 90-degree bend at the elbow. He only has, the only wrist articulation he has is the transformation joint. He has ball jointed legs, so he can almost do the full splits. He has a thigh swivel, although mine is very tight. His legs bend at 90 degrees of movement right there. And the feet can bend forward and not so much back. Oh yeah, that's right. He also has a 360. He has a waist rotation due to transformation, which will serve very well. Used to. And there you go. Very good articulation. And unfortunately, I really wish this one wasn't the case, because when I ordered this figure, I wanted my figure to be perfect. But unfortunately, my Hot Rod does have slight minor QC issues, which sucks. I really didn't want my Hot Rod figure to have QC issues, but the QC issue is that the wheels, these two back wheels, they are, I think, misassembled, because they don't roll on the ground properly, while the front wheels, they spin just fine, but the back wheels, they sort of like drag and they don't actually spin, which sucks, because I really, really love this figure and I didn't want him to mess up in any way, but he did. And that sucks. That really does suck. But it doesn't bother me too much, but although, like, it really does suck that his back wheels don't move because they screwed up on the wheels. Also, another thing that I do have to complain about, Hot Rod's legs, they are a tad bit loose. I'm not sure whether it's the ball joint, or if there's like too much of a gappage inside, like where you would connect the ball joint, or if it's something else. But that does suck, because that means Hot Rod is a little difficult. It is a little difficult to pose, but it's not impossible, and I managed to pull it off. But that really does suck. That two problems cause Hot Rod to be what's it called? Not as perfect as I like him. He is still perfect, but if it wasn't for the legs and the back wheels, then it would have been even more perfect. Now, one issue that I have heard people report in is that they have complaining that Hot Rod's signature wing on the back is not big enough, and that like people want his wings to be like right here. And honestly, I mean, I can pretty much see his wing in every angle that I turn him in. As long as I can see that, then I'm honestly okay with it. And people complain about Hot Rod's shoulders being too big. I actually don't mind them that much. I actually am okay with him having big shoulders, because it just feels right that he has shoulders that big. I don't know why. It just works for me. So there you have it. Now for comparison, there he is with Combiner Wars Silver Bolt. So you can see as they look together, and as you can see, the Voyager class figures from I think 2015 were way bigger than the current Voyagers. which I find rather odd why they started to like shrink in size. When we're talking about like the Siege, War for Cybertron, and the what's it called, Earthrise figures, that they've gotten smaller, which I find rather odd. Alright, here he is with Combine the Wars Combaticon Leader Onslaught. So we can see how they look together. Hot Rod next to the leader of the Combaticons. You can see how they look together. I think that looks cool. Not bad. Not bad at all, in my opinion. Who we got next? Here he is with Transformers 2007's the movie live action Wreckage, Deluxe Wreckage. So as you can see how they look together. As you can see, they're roughly the same size, I think. I think Hot Rod's shoulders are slightly bigger than Wreckage. Him and his Energon swords and his Energon cannon that comes out of his chest. Let's compare to something much more recent. Here he is with Earthrise Optimus Prime, one of my new favorite Optimus Primes. So we can see how they look together. That's appropriate. Optimus is supposed to be bigger than Hot Rod. I think this works. I think the scale really does work. I like it. It's cool. Let's compare it to our last Titans Returns figure. So here is Voyager Galvatron, and I just noticed this now as I was dusting off my figures for the review, that I realized that Galvatron's fusion cannon, I had it on the left side and it's supposed to be on the right side. I can't believe I had it on the wrong side, so I'm sorry about that, you guys. So I fixed it now. So see how they look together, how Galvatron looks next to the heir to the Primes. So there you go. And last but not least, here he is with the one, the only, the awesome Power Master Optimus Prime. So you can see how that looks, and that looks amazing. Power Master Prime's presence just says a bunch of awesomeness. And now, something I want to do here. Two things I want to do. One, if you guys have noticed that when Hot Rod, let me actually detach his headmaster here. If you look inside his chest right here, there actually does look like a space for a matrix right there. So let's go ahead. What you can do is you can flip this back out again as how it looked in vehicle mode. And Power the Prime's Optimus's matrix definitely won't fit in there. But you know what? I think Earthrise Optimus's matrix might. So let me go ahead and I'm surprised I'm able to open that with gloves. This is crazy. World record! MK94 transforms figures without removing gloves. Yay! So let's go ahead and take the Earthrise matrix, and I just noticed light piping is really strong in this place. So, will this fit? Let's see. And the answer is, oh my god, that fits. Yo, that actually fits. No way. You can actually close up the chest and have Hot Rod holding the matrix. Albeit you have to flip out this panel and hide his abdomen to work. But he can hold the matrix. Only downside is you now have this big gap and you can totally see the matrix in there. That's the only downside. But if you want this Hot Rod to hold the matrix, you totally can do it with the Earthrise matrix. You can totally have a matrix inside of Hot Rod's chest if you want to make this figure Optimus Prime already. And oh my god, I just realized as I lifted up the chest, fire drive came out. Let me put him back on real quick. That actually was kind of funny. That's never happened before. Okay, so let's go ahead and put the matrix back in Earthrise Optimus's chest right here. Something fun I actually want to do. Let's actually do some head swapping. So let's bring in Galvatron here, and let's actually do some head swapping to see how that would work out. So let's put Optimus in the back. Let's put Hot Rod over here. And let's put Galvatron over here. And like I said, Leader, Voyager, Deluxe. I'm just missing Legend. I don't have all 4 classes. That's amazing. Let's actually do some head swapping to see how this one goes. So let's go ahead and let's remove
Megatronus. Let's remove him. And then let's see how he looks with Optimus's Headmaster. See how that looks. Alright, let's see. Let's go ahead and plug it in. Plug in Orion packs. And, oh, he did not want to plug in. Why, Orion? Why are you refusing to plug into a Decepticon body? It's only for 10 seconds. This is not your darkest hour. Alright, got him to fit. Let's flip on Galvatron's helmet. Oh, yeah, I can already see the problem. That does not really work out. Looks more like as if Galvatron has turned into an Autobot. You guys already know how he looks like on Power Master Prime's head, because in my Galvatron review, he somehow managed to sneak inside of Power Master Optimus's head there. Alright, so let's go ahead and oh, Galvatron. He that just signifies how he has no power left, even though he has a spark. Let's remove Fire Drive. Let's plug him in right here. Let's go ahead and plug him in Galvatron's body. He did not want to plug in. Why did he not want to plug in? Plug in, I say. Plug in. There you go. Alright, let's flip on the helmet. Galvatron's helmet. Let's see how that looks. That doesn't really look good on Galvatron's body. That doesn't really look good. So let's go ahead and remove Hot Rod's head. Right there. Alright, let's go ahead and see how Orion looks on Hot Rod's body. So let's go ahead and plug him in. He does not want to plug in for some reason. Why? There we go. Got it. Nah, the blue doesn't really match. If it was red, then that would have worked out better, I think. Alright, let's grab Megatronus. See how he plugs in. Or Nucleon, rather. Plug him in. Yeah, that that doesn't really work. Okay, so let's put Armor's body and let's put him over there. And let's mess around with Power Master Prime's body. So let's go ahead and raise up the camera and see how this works out. So we already know how Megatron looks like on Optimus's body, but we're gonna go ahead and put him in there anyway. Let's just see what that looks like. So let's go ahead and let me actually back up the camera a little bit. You can see how that looks like. As you see, Optimus has red eyes now. You can clearly tell he's evil. Maybe he's that like brain controlled Optimus from G1. Maybe. Alright, now let's try Hot Rod to see how Hot Rod would look on the Optimus body. So let me go ahead and plug in Fire Drive. Ooh, does not want to. There we go, I got him. No, I didn't. There we go. Now I got him. For sure this time. No, I didn't. Why? Get in there. There we go. Okay. Plug it in. I mean, the red kind of bleed through, but that actually looks okay. And Fire Drive just came out. Oh, you know what really pisses me off, you guys, that I've been seeing recently when it comes to hunting down Transformers figures? These price tags. You see these price tags? What is up with people on eBay and Amazon charging this much money for the figures that were just released not too long ago? Why? Why do they have to charge this much money? Like, for example, I'm looking for a Titans Returns Brainstorm. Look how much he costs. That is insane amount of money. And look at 6-shot. I can't find a decent 6-shot that costs over that much money. I'm looking also for a Power of the Primes punch, counter punch. Look how much he costs. Legit, what the heck? Like, why? Why do they cost that much money? Please let me know. And also, if you guys have any other figures that you guys want me to take a look at and review that may catch my interest, let me know in my next video, mainly because you can't comment on this video because it's marked for kids, because it's a law, I have to do so. And yeah, that pretty much wraps up this review. So, there you have Titans Return, Hot Rod. And you know what? I love this figure. I really love, and I'm very happy to have Hot Rod added to the collection of my Autobots. I need to get more Autobots. I have too many Decepticons. Not too many, very not too many Optimuses, but very few Autobots. I need more Autobots, and I need to start buying more Autobots. Like, for example, I think the only unique Autobots that I have are Silverbolt, Hot Rod, and my either War/Fall for Cybertron Bumblebee, which I cannot transform because he's defective. But yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this review right here. So honestly, do I recommend you guys buy a Titans Return Hot Rod? If you guys want a G1 accurate Hot Rod that's modern and looks really cool, then I highly recommend it. But if you guys just want a Hot Rod if you guys just want a general Hot Rod to your collection, this guy's not a bad choice. So go ahead and pick yours up, and let's hope that your guys' Hot Rod doesn't have QC issues like mine. Well, at least it's not bad like Retardimus Prime, but you already know how bad that figure is. Retardimus Prime. I hate him, but I still have to have him. But anyways, that's gonna wrap up this review. So that's overall my thoughts. I love this figure. Hasbro, you did a good job in this figure. I commend you guys for that. And I'm probably gonna be looking for some more Titan Return Autobots, because most of the Autobots I actually am intrigued on getting. So overall, that's gonna pretty much wrap up this video. So as usual, links in the description down below for my Discord server and my DeviantArt. So if you're interested in checking out either one, links will be in the description down below. If you guys are interested in seeing my previous reviews, the end cards should be appearing right about now, so be sure to check those out. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So there is our review number 18, I believe, on the Transformers Titans Returns Deluxe Class Hot Rod. And this is MK94, aka Meta Knight 894, signing out. Peace out, Galaxy Defenders, and remember, you never know unless you find out. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, you guys. Autobots, roll out!